Hello everyone, in this video I bring you major news, major information you need right now. It's about how you can move down to Canada, work in Canada, settle in Canada without needing a job offer before moving down to Canada, without having to write IELTS before moving to Canada. Like you can move to Canada without a job offer, without having to write IELTS, and you can be any age to go to Canada, no age limit whatsoever. So this is a really, really amazing pathway. I'm making this video because of a new statement by the Canadian immigration, stating that this is possible, you can do this, and that is why I'm making this video. So stick with me. I'm going to tell you all you need to know about this pathway, what the Canadian immigration has said about it, and how you can take advantage of this immediately. So if you're just meeting, my name is Jackie. You're welcome to the channel. Do subscribe if it's your first time here, and turn on the post notification bell so you know every time I share a new video. Yeah. So on this channel, I share information that will help you relocate abroad, to study, to work, to live. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for always coming back. Thanks for the support. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the likes, for the comments, for everything. And if you want to talk to me, privately, you can do that by sending me an email so we can talk about your own personal relocation needs. All right. So let's just get straight to it. I know this is exciting news. Like you're so eager to know how you can move down to Canada without a job offer, without having to write IELTS. I think that is a very good, offer, right? So let me just walk you through it. So there are many ways into Canada, right? You can go into Canada as a student, that is, you get admission in a school, and that school sponsors your study visa and you move down to Canada. And you can also go on a work visa, the different pathways you can go for work, where you get a job offer and then you move down to Canada as that company sponsors your visa, right? And then you can also go through the express entry. All these pathways I've mentioned require IELTS, and they require that you get a sponsor from inside Canada, right? So this particular pathway I want to talk about does not need any sponsor. Like you sponsor yourself down to Canada, and this is truly amazing. And on this pathway, you can work legally in Canada. Yes, it's legal for you to take up a job on this pathway I'm about to mention to you. And this pathway is also a pathway to permanent residency and citizenship. I mean, once you land Canada on this pathway, you can stay in Canada indefinitely, if you do the right things. Okay, so what is this pathway? This is via the tourist visa. Yes, you can migrate to Canada through the tourist visa. That is like the easiest way to move down to Canada and take up a job. You know how hard it is to get a job from outside Canada, right? But on this pathway, you don't need a job offer. Once you arrive Canada, then you begin to look for jobs, because there are many jobs out there, skilled, unskilled, like so many jobs in Canada, right? And there's even labor shortage at the moment. And even though there are so many jobs, many of them you need to be within the country to actually get those jobs. So this is one way that you can find your way into Canada so you can take up these numerous jobs that are available in the country. So it's legal to actually move down to Canada on a tourist visa and then settle to work. This does not happen in the UK. If you go to the UK as a visitor, you need to return to your country to apply for a skilled worker visa to return back to the UK. You can't convert a visitor visa to a skilled worker visa or any other visa at that. You need to return to your country to apply for a fresh visa. But the Canadian immigration has made it legal for you to apply for a work permit while you're in Canada through a tourist visa. Like you can convert your tourist visa to a work permit and any other kind of visa while you're inside Canada. And that is really amazing. So this policy started, during COVID, all the shortage and all the immigration delays and all of that. So they came up with this policy to allow tourists to switch to a work permit. And when they first launched that, it was to expire this year in February. And the Canadian government has now extended this for another 2 years. Okay, so let me just read it to you. Visitors can continue to apply for work permits inside Canada with temporary policy extended by 2 years. So this was released on February 28th of 2023. So let me just read it to you real quick. foreign nationals who are in Canada as visitors and who receive a valid job offer will continue to be able to apply for and receive a work permit without having to leave the country. Visitors applying under this public policy who held a work permit within the last 12 months will also continue to be able to request interim work authorization to begin working for their new employer more quickly. Set to expire today, this COVID era temporary public policy has been extended by 2 years until February 28, 2025. Leaving this temporary policy in place makes visitors an option for employers in Canada, as many are facing significant labor shortages during this period of economic expansion. So you can see it, right? Due to COVID-19 and the labor shortages that, came as a result of that, the Canadian government, made this temporary policy to allow visitors to switch to work permits for employers looking to hire talents. So not only are they looking at people that have the right to work in Canada, they can also look at tourists to employ as well. So this was going really great, and it was to expire on the 28th of February of 2023. And the Canadian government saw the need to extend this policy because they still need to tackle the labor shortage, and also they just needed to allow tourists, to take up jobs in the country. So you can see that is really amazing. So prior to this temporary policy change, those applying to work in Canada would typically need to apply for their initial work permit before they came to Canada. If they were already in Canada with visitor status, when they were approved for a work permit, they would need to leave Canada to be issued their work permit. With this policy in place, leaving Canada isn't necessary. So you can see they've explained that before, if you're in Canada as a tourist and you get a job, you need to return to your country to apply for a work permit. But that is no longer the case. As a tourist, it is illegal for you to take up a job in Canada and apply for your work permit while in Canada. So let's just look at a little bit of the eligibility, the policy that guides this. So to be eligible to apply, an applicant looking to benefit from this temporary public policy must, number one, have valid status in Canada as a visitor on the day they apply. That is, your visitor visa must be valid while you apply for your work permit. It must be valid. You can't overstay your visa and then expect, somewhere along the line, you now go and apply for your work permit. No, that is not possible. You need to apply for this work permit while your visitor status is still valid. And then the number two thing is to have a job offer that is supported by a labor market impact assessment, that is the LMIA, or an LMIA exempt offer of employment. And number three, submit an application for an employer specific work permit no later than February 28, 2025. That is when it expires. So even if you send in your application like 27th of February 2025, it's still valid. And then the last one is to meet all other standard admissibility criteria. So that is so amazing. So get a tourist visa and move down to Canada. If you're finding it hard to get a job offer from outside Canada, then try getting a tourist visa, move down to Canada and pick up a job. I think this is really amazing. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section. Do give this video a like, that is a thumbs up, so others that need this information can get to see this video. So please like this video, hit the like button, and also subscribe to the channel if you've not done that already, so you can be seeing more videos like this. I usually post like jobs, visa sponsorship jobs in Canada that are available for overseas applicants, different information about Canada. You're going to be finding them on my channel, and there's a full playlist about this. It's going to be up here so you can get to see so much about Canada. So thank you so much for watching. My name is Jackie, and I will see you in my next video.